Hi everybody, Stuart from Mr. Teeter's Primary History here with this brand new short video series where I'm going to be sharing with you some resources that I am a huge fan of. Please make sure you read the green box on the opening screen because that's where I'm going to put any declarations of self-interest or remuneration I receive from what I recommend. As I hope you know, I'm a huge believer in the importance of integrity, so I will always be open, upfront and honest about anything I have in connection to what I am suggesting, but I will only recommend things I'm a massive fan of. What we're going to look at today is time maps, which I've mentioned many times, so I'm just going to quickly introduce you to it and how I make use of it whilst I am teaching. This is Timemaps homepage, and as you can see, there is Timemaps Premium in the top right hand corner. I haven't used it or bought it, so I can't talk about that in any great detail. I'm going to be sticking to the free version because that's what I know, that's what I really enjoy using, and that's what I'm going to show you in a bit more detail. Now on the homepage, you can see we've got these four sections. Atlas is a really useful one. It has lots of maps that links to both geography and history. Big fan of the way in which they've linked together geography and history, as linking that physical geography to the development of humanity is really important. The encyclopedia is not something I've looked at in more detail, so I'm going to leave that one for now. You'll notice across the tabs at the top of the screen, you can see I've already preloaded some of the maps I'm going to be making use of. The reason I've done that is to make it easy for me to flick through them, as my internet is being a little bit volatile today. So when you start exploring, this is what appears. You get a picture of the world. You will notice that these markers on, which you can just click hide using there. Every time you move the map on, those markers do come into place. You do have to press hide every time. This is brilliant for showing the earliest civilizations and their emergence and change over time. What I've done is I've used the slider across the bottom, where you can say go forward and backwards in time, and I've just loaded a few that will be useful for us to have a look at. So forward 1,000 years, a millennium. Hide markers. Here you'll notice we've got the emergence of Egypt, we've got Sumer in the Middle East, and we've got the Indus Valley. This I could see being really useful if you have the ability to write on your screen. You can draw in the equator and the tropic to show the geographic position of where they're emerging. We go on another 1,000 years, you can see we've got more civilizations. You could spend a bit of time looking at the expansion of Egypt. You could look at the emergence of the Greeks here. You've got the Shang Dynasty in China. What's really useful about this is it's nice and simple to click through, and because it's presented on the same world map each time, the relative position is really easy to explore. What I find especially useful for this is the Roman Empire. So I've loaded Europe ready. Here you can see 2,500 BC, we've got the earliest civilizations in the Middle East. We could go look at that in more detail by clicking the bottom right. We could go south to Egypt there. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to click forward in time so you can see how this expansion of civilizations appears and how it changes over times. We're just going to keep clicking. There's another 500 years. If you're going to do this, make sure you talk children through the scale and the varied intervals by which you're jumping. 500. Italy. So here you can see we've got the Greeks. If you want to explore the connection between the Greeks and the Romans, here you go, you can see it. We've got the Greeks occupying the southern tip. And then if we go forward another jump, we've now got the Roman Republic. Once more, another 200 years, and across that 200 years it has expanded exponentially. It is enormous. That is why I adore time maps. It's such a really simple visual way to show that change over time. And if you want to get children to explore this in more detail, you can use these markers in which you can have a look at them using that way. Each time, don't forget to press hide markers if you want to use it. It's just to see a clear and simple visual. So that is a quick introduction to time-lapse. The version I showed you is the free version. It's really useful, it's really helpful. I love the way it ties together the geography and the history because it's such a natural pairing in a really simple visual manner. To me, it fits really well at the start of a unit of work to give that relative position, and if your children get used to it in Key Stage 2, they can unpick it more and more fluently with some really sensible and easy to follow guided instruction. So that's the first video. I am going to record the next one immediately now, but that will appear for you in a couple of weeks. If you've got any feedback or any recommendations, please do add them in the comments below, and I will definitely get back to you about those. And have a good week. Thank you so much for watching. See you later. Bye.